Do-do-do! Good morning!
Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here, and Mayuri's in the house, yo! Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self. What are you doing here so early?
Well, I heard you guys had stayed up 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies.
Excellent, good job. Though to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. After-night nap sounds kinda weird. Mayuri starts fishing through her convenience store bag. And then she takes out...
Ta-da! Canned Odin!
whatever that is. A canned meal sold in vending machines. Each can contain a hot broth with various Odin ingredients such as boiled egg, radish, cognac, beef, and tofu, a popular Akihabara specialty. The canned Odin is still warm when she gives it to me. I open the lid right away and eat the beef. Mayuri and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. And when it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at.
It's a present from Mayushi. They're 270 yen each, so savor it, okay?
I've been getting tired of eating bananas and chicken lately. Buy these instead from now on.
But Mayushi doesn't have enough pocket money to splurge like this all the time. And Mayushi loves bananas and chicken, so she'll keep buying them.
I considered saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods, but that threat's not very effective against Mayuri, so I hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat, no matter how much she eats. Oh yeah, me and Mayushi-chan. Psh.
But wait, there's more! Ta-da!
Next she produced a small box with a Raynet illustration.
Ermagerd Upa. Raynet sausage. It comes with an Upa bottle cap as a bonus. I really wanted it, so I bought it.
She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time, this lab will be neck-deep in Upa goods. There are only a few things right now, like the cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially.
So, how's Daru-kun?
He's in the midst of a hard fight. You should at least rest a little. I mean, I never said you had to do it all at once. Huh? Wait, let's see. This is Amon Suzuha. First email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here, yay! Don't worry, I won't email you too much, and I might be slow to reply to. I'm kinda new at this email thing. It's okay to laugh at me. Interesting, let's see. Made a friend. Where were you living before? Alright, sorry about that, Mayuri. That was terribly rude of me. Let's remove this phone here. Did you see my wallpaper, by the way? It's super kawaii.
Daru-kun's Super Hacka spirit is on fire!
Don't say Hacka! An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. It hits my head with a nice thunk.
He sure is tense.
Mayuri and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the Odin.
But isn't hacking bad? Mayushi doesn't want you to do bad things.
I would be a fool to let Daru's super hacker skills go to waste. Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN's system back in 2008. Thanks for pointing that out. It's not SERN, it's CERN. We found news articles about it online. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through. Besides, we're doing this to expose CERN's wrongdoings. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule the world.
Bad things are bad.
That's unusual. Mario usually just accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit it, we are doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject. Mayuri, wanna trade my sweet potatoes for your beef?
If you want to trade, I'd rather have your quail egg.
Don't be ridiculous. Next to beef, quail eggs are my favorite.
But Mayushi likes quail eggs too. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Settle for my shikuwa.
Okay, shikuwa is better than sweet potatoes.
With that said, I skewer the shikuwa and put it in Mayuri's can. And I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really eats up conversations about food. It's so easy to manipulate her. Soon, if I can just get the SQL table, I'll have more than enough passwords. You're no match for me. Yes. Daru started talking to himself. Looks like things are falling into place. Daru really is a super Hacka. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Daru bends himself forward, staring holes into the screen. But all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! Ah! You can't hide from me, you naughty thing, you. How does it feel to be naked? His eyes are bloodshot and he started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens up a new window, types in a 12-character string and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters in a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally... Oh yes! Yes! Matching ID and password! Login complete! Hell yeah! Tasted! Yes, yes, yes! What enthusiasm. Did you get it? The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction. As if he's gone into la petite mort. I don't know what that means. It means sage time. A condition of mental and physical release unique to male physiology, characterized by a feeling of supreme calm and composure. Entering this state is almost like becoming an empty shell, also known as hyper sage time or saint time. Mission complete. Really?
Wow, that's amazing! I don't really get it though.
After 20 hours of agony, that's even worse, it's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened Odin can. An Odin can's the best after a job well done. Well done, you really are the world's greatest super Hacka. Hacker. Hacker, I'm glad you're on my side. So, did you find out how they're planning to destroy the world? I haven't looked yet, man. All I did was get us connected. But it's all downhill from here. I'm sorry if you're tired, but please start checking. The keys to this conspiracy have got to be in there. Yeah, I'll do it, but let me eat this Odin can first. Right. Only fair. After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before. The question is who this password belongs to.
Why is that?
I went into CERN's database and got a data table. From there, I focused on people with simple passwords like 11111111 and ABCDEFGH to get my hands on an ID. It'd be awesome if this turns out to be the server admin's logon, but I don't think we're that lucky.
In Japanese, please?
Same. Basically, if this is the server admin's password, we can taste every inch of CERN's luscious flesh, but if it's just an ordinary researcher's password, then we can only see CERN's boobs.
Daru-kun, that's naughty!
Quit the erotic examples. Basically, you mean there'll be limits to what information we can access. Exactly. Anyway, it's only a matter of time before I get a server admin's passwords. Let's save that for later. I'm really sleepy now. It would be cruel to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let's let him rest so he can regain his energy. Oh, looks like our ID belongs to an accelerator division chief. So it's not a server admin. It would take a miracle to get one on our first try. How many staff members do you think CERN has?
How many?
Over 6,000. That many? Well, for now, let's look at this accelerator division chief. His name is... Jack. Let's look at his email log. And of course the emails come up in English.
Oh no, that makes Mayushi's head hurt.
It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English. Daru, what does that say? Need to translate it. This is a job for Dr. Excite. A machine translation site. Excite Sensei. I've got a better idea. Daru boots up translation software and auto-translates the open page. Poor, unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says, Happy New Year. Looks like a New Year's greeting. Something about going on vacation in Spain. Lucky bastard. That email's normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. If we keep scouring the log like this, we can also identify the server manager.
You know, looking through someone else's email without permission makes me feel really guilty.
Mayuri gets depressed and moves away from the computer. She sits on the sofa and hugs her giant Upa cushion with a sigh. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable. However, I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago. Let the responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes. What a guy. I let Ocarine do me in the... What? I decline your offer. Now get peeking, Daru.
Ocarine, you're bad. You make Mayushi sad.
That's of no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. It looks like he sends emails like these almost daily. LHC Experiment Reports? There could be a hint about time machines in there. We should try reading them. This is definitely a crime, though. That's what his lips say, but his hand still clicks on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols. This is encrypted. Tch, of course, it isn't that simple. Well, cracking this should be a piece of cake. Nice, Super Hacka. He's a genius, no doubt. Daru undoes the security in less than 10 minutes. Nice. The real-time sync is deciphering the crappy machine translation. Translated into proper Japanese, it's... Hi, Pole! That acting is completely unnecessary. Aww. Upload today's data to the server. The LHC is performing admirably. Can't say the same about the rest, though. This baby's fickle as a cat, but it was surprisingly obedient this month. It would be great if it stayed like this forever. But don't you think this work is unrewarding? This kitten, this 27-kilometer long kitten, has been in operation for 9 years. Our research will change the course of history, yet only a small group of people are allowed to see it. Of course, if it were ever officially released, it would be one hell of a scandal. People would probably say something like, call Robert Semikif to CERN right away. You could build it in less than a year. 9 years? Daru finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumb. Calm down, let's sort things out. Do you think there were any translation errors in that email? Did Daru notice something unnatural too? Wait, was that Daru that said that? Wait, who said that? Wait, it was... oh. If you trust the translation software, then that's what it says. The Japanese is strange in places, though. But that doesn't make sense. I thought the LHC was only put into operation around spring last year, but this email makes it sound like it's been in operation for 9 years. That is strange. The email's send date is this year, 2010, so 9 years ago makes it 2001. John Teeter posted this on our channel yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro black holes. I gulp. If you read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they're doing some sort of secret experiment. Also, Robert Semikif is a super famous Hollywood movie director. He directed a trilogy of smash hits time travel movies about 20 years ago. I groan. No way. Was I right? CERN's hiding a major secret from the world? And is related to time travel? Keep looking, Daru. Search for anything related to time machine research. Seriously? I don't know if Daru is questioning my order or the possibility that CERN might be researching time travel. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard again. There aren't any emails with the phrase time machine in them. But the phrase C program was used hundreds of times in the past few months. Do you think it could be about the current LHC experiments? What is it specifically? Black hole formation experiments? Let's try looking for a document. Ah, found one. Daru opens a PDF attachment. Oh ho! Looks like this is top secret stuff from France, England, and Holland. Government secrets? CERN's not even a government organization, so why? Wait, should we be looking at this stuff? We might be in a little deep here. I don't care. Get me details. Hold on, if we get caught, we're not getting off with an apology. Are you so incompetent as to let yourself be traced? I took the necessary precautions. Then I failed to see the problem. Well, thanks. Daru makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file about the C program and feeds it into the translation software. May 14th. 137th C program experiment report. Because we already succeeded at creating mini black holes, the report is omitted. First... Stop! Stop! All of a sudden, Teeter's predictions became a reality. So CERN did use LHC to generate mini black holes. But they announced that their experiments still haven't succeeded, so why... This is what Teeter was referring to when he posted "Don't believe what they say." But the goal of the experiment wasn't even to generate mini black holes, it was to create new elementary particle reactions. Daru doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor. But in reality, they're already generating those mini black holes. Sure, does seem like it. What does it say next? Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, consult Jellyman's report number 14. We propose that further experiments be halted until the lifter is perfected and all local field conformity points are online. What does that mean? Human is dead means somebody died, right? What? Somebody died? Seriously? I groan. This isn't a joke anymore. Something very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. What if we are? I'm not afraid. I'm not! After all, I am the insane mad scientist Hoyo Kiyuma. We can't stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, just now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart. What is this Jellyman's report? Daru starts typing once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue. I can't find it in Jack's email. We'll need an account with more privileges. Then we'll save that for next time. Search for something related to time machines. You know, we're not going to find anything, right? After that, Daru spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division Chief's email, but he doesn't find anything about time machines. Words like Accelerator Technical Committee and LHC Project Lead came up, so I guess we should look for an ID from there. Maybe then we can get more information. You can't look it up with the ID you have? Daru shakes his head. Well, I guess let's call it a day. By the way, what we just saw was CERN's biggest server, but I also found a strange database on the network. Strange how? It was buggy. Buggy? I mean, it was full of some kind of code. But the code was gibberish, utterly impossible to decode, thank you very much. Could it be encrypted? Not by any algorithm I've ever seen. It wouldn't even work as a program. It just bothers me. Why would they have a database that nobody could ever use? That is strange. Let's see what I can find out. Damn, what's CERN up to? Daru tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database. But after about an hour, the pistons he has for fingers begin speeding up. Eventually, he just slams the keyboard out of frustration. Gah! I don't get it! I don't get it at all! You call this a program, dumbass? Go to hell! Oh great, he snapped.
I think you should stop.
Mayuri puts down her sewing? Is that how it is? Tools and turns to Daru with a worried look on her face. My head is spinning. I can't take it anymore. This is bad. Daru's breaking down. Maybe I am pushing him too far. He's been up 2 days straight. He's probably at his limit. Good work. Go rest, Daru. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, even if it isn't a bug, but an actual program, only the guys who made it could understand it. I've never seen anything like it. A program unlike anything he's seen, At that moment, music bursts from my pocket. It does indeed. John Cheater, I guess he replied. Subject, are you being honest? If everything you wrote is true, then we can have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBN 5100's hidden functionality, that's what they said in the anime at least, which I have not mentioned to anybody yet. I am indeed surprised that you know about it. However, I have not gone to the year 2000, though it is possible I may go there later. There are 3 possible explanations. First, the John Teeter who appeared in 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things you've told me. But that would cause a chicken and egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional or making things up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set this possibility aside. Third, you may have seen something I wrote on a different world line. That would mean that 10 years ago you existed on a different world line than the one we're on now. However, that raises another issue. When the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from past to future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. That was proven in 2036. In other words, it should be impossible for you to retain memories of a previous world line, unless you too are a time traveler, that is. Do you have any idea what the cause could be? Dots. I gulp. A flash runs through my head like an electric shock. Damn. Damn. There's quite a bit of text, but what catches my eye are the first several lines. Of course, everything is falling into place.
What you talking about?
Mayuri looks at me. What you talking about? Sorry, that was a bit too Irish there. Mayuri looks at me curiously, but I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling the pieces in my mind. John Teeter. CERN. The time machine. I'm doing this sort of Sherlock thing where I move things about and... These things are all connected. And now, I have another piece of the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance. Daru, I think I know how we can read that program. Seriously? How? I aim my phone's camera at the screen displaying the supposedly bugged data and take a picture. I attach it to a message. Does this code look familiar? And send it to Teeter. Genius! A mysterious database inside CERN, a program unlike anything Super Hacka Daru has ever seen. Its true form is... If my hunch is correct, John Teeter should know. What? There's no way. Say what you like, we'll know soon enough. We wait for Teeter's reply. Though it's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me. It's here! Here we go then. Subject, where did you find that? That's written in proprietary IBM programming language used prior to 1975. You can only decipher it with an IBN 5100. I quickly open the mail, and its contents are enough to raise goosebumps on my entire body. Just as I suspected. Huh? I was right, Daru. I know where that data comes from. An IBN 5100? That retro PC has a certain special function. In fact, for more than 25 years after it went to market in 1975, nobody knew of it save a few IBN engineers. That function was first brought to light by the John Teeter who appeared in 2000. A while after Teeter posted about it, an actual IBN engineer admitted to the hidden function's existence. Which reminds me, I talked to Suzuha about this only yesterday. It can also decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Now it's a dead programming language only decipherable with an IBM 5100. This actually gave me a hint. What an incredible coincidence. Yes, it's quite a I feel like a lot of the characters we met here are very strange, and also they're there for a reason. More or less, like Shining Finger, Suzuha, Makise, all of this. But it'll all be clear in time, I'm sure. A prime example of synchronicity at work. A meaningful coincidence. Simultaneity? Is that a word? The feeling that two causally unrelated events have a meaningful deterministic relationship. For example, a vase fell and shattered, and at the same time my grandmother died in the hospital. Nearly everyone has felt synchronicity at some point in their lives, a concept advocated by Swiss psychologist Carl Jung, 1875-1961. Choo-choo! All aboard the Carl train. It's almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings. No. No, I say! This discovery of ours was inevitable from the start, for this is the choice of Steins Gate. Wait, so CERN has an IBM 5100 as a database? Those machines aren't compatible with any modern software. Why would they do something like that? Answer me this. What is the best way to secure a machine against external cracking? In computer terminology, actions including illegal access to networked systems and data tampering, often confused with hacking, but hacking originally means the constructive study of software. Cracking, on the other hand, is a malicious act. Well, make it standalone, of course. A computer that is not connected to any other computer or network. Daru quickly catches on to the intent of my question. If only IBM 5100s can read it, then I guess that's kind of standalone. Which means that CERN's keeping their most important secrets hidden there. How do you know about that hidden function anyway? It's recorded in my brain's extensive index liborum prohibitorium. Teeter said it himself 10 years ago, but Daru wouldn't believe me even if I told him the truth. Very original. I ignored Daru's retort. Mayuri, we have important matters to discuss. Assemble!
I can hear you fine from here.
Mayuri's sewing. She doesn't get off the sofa. It doesn't matter whether you can hear or not. This meeting concerns the fate of the future gadget laboratory. Nay, the future of mankind. The fate, actually, not the future. Just the fate. So I wanted to feel more secretive, like we're scheming or something. It's important that we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. It's all Mayuri's fault.
Mayushi won't participate in your evil schemes.
Well, I can't have everything my way. Listen, you two. Henceforth, the future gadget laboratory shall begin emergency top secret operations. This shall be the first stage in our war against the dark powers that manipulate the world from the shadows. Our enemy is CERN, a scientific institute engaged in the most evil research imaginable.
Oh, Corinne, you're too loud, and I've been up all night.
Wait, sorry, that was not Mayuri. That was Daru. Oh, Corinne, you're too loud, and I've been up all night. Crap, I guess I am being too loud. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. And the window's open too. If Suzuha is down below, I'm sure she can hear everything. So I turn it down a notch. Understand? The world has no need for two mad scientists. Before they can get ahead of us, we must outwit them. Who are they? You know, them.
Mayushi doesn't get it at all.
Basically, we must obtain the Phantom Retro PC, the IBM 5100, said to be located somewhere in Akiba. I make a magnificent declaration, but Daru just rubs his eyes and Mayuri returns to her needlework. Damn it, is there anything you guys react to? We've uncovered a massive conspiracy here. How come you aren't excited? I'll pass on the search. I'm seriously tired. Besides, I want to keep combing CERN's server. That's true. Well, you're the only one who can do that, Daru, so I'll leave it to you. So the IBM 5100 investigation squad shall consist of Mayuri and me.
I can't.
Mayuri makes an apologetic face.
I have to make costumes and I have work too.
Tuts. So basically you two are telling me this. I'm the only one with free time. Fine, I'll manage alone somehow. It's useless to try and stop me. Understood?
Are you going to do something bad again?
Nah, he's all talk. I leave my useless comrades behind and stride gallantly out of the lab. I step out onto the streets. Immediately, a bicycle skids to a stop in front of me.
Hiya, Okaba Rintaro!
Suzuha gets off her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask her, are you an American or something? But I'm distracted by her shiny bicycle. It's the same bicycle that was in front of the Brown Tube workshop yesterday. I guess it belongs to her. I wonder how much that set her aback. I mean, it does look pretty expensive. Pretty nice technique there.
Bicycles are fun, aren't they? I've never ridden one before coming here.
You've never ridden a bicycle?
Nope, I'd ridden motorcycles before though.
Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. And what's with all the flashy braking back there? I think it'd be pretty dangerous if she did that all through the town. Beginners get cocky and get into accidents. You see that pattern all the time. If we're going to go full speed, at least wear a helmet. Going to work now?
Yep.
The Brown Tube Workshop's shutters are open, but the shop itself never opens until around 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change with Mr. Brown's mood. That's perfect. There's something we need to talk about.
But I need to get the shop open and ready for business.
Just what does this crumbly old Brown Tube Workshop need to get ready?
Nothing really. Jeez, I just mindlessly sweep in front of the shop. If I clean inside, the boss gets angry.
Everything's where it needs to be, he says. So he's paying her not to clean? Something's wrong with that guy. So hear me out then.
But I'm so tired.
In other words, she doesn't feel like talking. I glare at her. You would be unwise to anger me.
Does it have to be right now?
My glare is not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still maintain my stern expression and nod.
Then go ahead.
Suzuha shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bicycle. Then she turns to me.
But keep it short, okay?
We're about to ask her, and things are about to get dramatic, and we're gonna cut it here. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a still good day, take care, and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody, stay dark. Goodbye.